The rich and famous can travel across the world in style, and you better believe flying in one of these is a lot more glamorous than flying coach on United Airlines. Us average people may never get the chance to fly one in real life, but we can definitely take a look at what it's like anyways. From the flying palace used by the Sultan of Brunei to Trump Force One, here are the most insane private jets you won't believe actually exist. But first, quick shout out to Genesis for leaving us this comment on our extreme vehicles you won't believe exist video. Good question about the annual insurance on some of those supercars. Do you guys think these people need private jet insurance, or what's the deal? Let us know in the comments section and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 12. Vlad Force One. No celebrity is really on the same level as Vladimir Putin when it comes to personal jets, and you better believe being the president of Russia has its perks. This guy has access to all kinds of crazy stuff like 15 helicopters and 20 different palaces, but we're just going to talk about the planes in this video. If you thought 8 different planes was a lot, Vlad's got 43 different aircraft available to him all over the world, just waiting to give him a personal lift to his next destination. But yeah, of course he knows how to fly him too. Since Russia is the largest country on Earth, flying is much more convenient than taking a train. It could literally take days to get from one side to the other side. One of these include the Ilyushin 300PU, which allegedly has a $75,000 toilet on board, and reimagine it's equipped with nuclear weapons, so watch out. Number 11. Trump Force One. Trump Force One is a nickname given to our president's personal Boeing 757 aircraft that he uses when he's got some spare time. But Trump Force One typically refers to any aircraft he's using. The first plane he got was a 727, which was originally built for American Airlines, but refitted as a business jet for Diamond Shamrock in 1981. The Donald then decided to take it off their hands, but sold the Boeing 727 in order to make some upgrades. Since 2011, he's been using the co-founder of Microsoft's personal jet after purchasing it for an estimated $100 million. Why didn't he get something brand new, you're asking? During an interview, the mogul said he prefers this model because it's been around for a while and has proven its effectiveness. He's often criticized Air Force One for being too small and would make some upgrades to it if he could, but in reality, Air Force One is over 75 feet longer. The main thing it's missing though is that 24-karat gold sink. This typical plane could actually fit 180 to 200 people comfortably, but with new furnishings, he's reduced the capacity to only 43 people. Which would you rather choose, Air Force One, Vlad Force One, or Trump Force One? Let us know why in the comments section and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 10. Gulfstream Private Aircraft. Possibly the fanciest and the most advanced aircraft citizens can legally own would be the Gulfstream model. It's almost like the Bentley of the skies, and with the right parts, you could possibly turn it into a fighter jet. You can't just order one of these off Amazon and expect it to show up in a couple of days. One of the world's fastest private jets, the 2014 model of the Gulfstream, has a 3-year waiting list in order to buy one, so it should be coming in Oprah's mailbox anytime soon. The one Oprah flies in reportedly costs $70 million, which includes upgrades and celebrity customizations. The price tag on one of these Ferraris of the sky costs about $65 million, so we're guessing the interior is pretty sweet as well. That's at least 5 times more than your modest personal jet. It features twin Rolls-Royce engines and a thrusting power of over 14,000 pounds. Number 9. Lewis Hamilton Private Jet. You don't have to be the president of a huge country to have your own private jet. You can also be an extremely wealthy professional race car driver that makes about $46 million a year. This guy here, Lewis Hamilton, signed a 3-year contract with Mercedes F1 team and has a net worth of over $200 million. He owns this cool red Canadian Bombardier Challenger, which costs about $25 million. Many were outraged when he managed to avoid paying taxes on the purchase based on some kind of loophole after being purchased in the British Virgin Islands. Number 8. Lockheed Jetstar Hound Dog 2. Elvis Presley was known for owning a Jetstar, but other heads of state used the Jetstar as their presidential plane. But this one we see here is known as the Hound Dog 2, which is displayed at Graceland, as well as Elisa Marie, who was named after his daughter. Countries like Germany and Canada have used these to transport their government leaders for quite some time, but Elvis is probably more well known than the countries that use this type of jet. The planes at Graceland cannot fly and will likely be sold to private buyers sometime in the future. This may upset many Elvis fans, unfortunately. As of right now, you can still see 2 planes currently parked at Graceland on Google Maps, so they should still be there. Number 7. Ganna Airlines. We're sure you're familiar with Area 51 after seeing some of our recent videos, but you have to be asking yourself one question: how does the military transport workers there? The government has a fleet of small passenger planes at a terminal in Las Vegas McCarran Airport. Some believe that Janet actually stands for just another non-existent terminal. All the aircraft supposedly goes to Area 51, and none of the names of the passengers are available. If something were to happen to one of these flights, no one would even know. When people try to identify the plane from the tail number on the back, all that comes up is that it's a government-owned plane. These seemingly innocent-looking passenger planes shouldn't fool you, as they head straight through restricted airspace. Others claim that the secrecy around this airlines is because if the government needs an accident to happen, they could do so relatively undetected. Number 6. The Aerocar. In 1949, some people thought that maybe the normal person can own a plane in a similar manner to how everyone owns a car. Whether or not it went for a reasonable price, not everyone would want to get a pilot's license. It was basically a car that towed wings with it, and if you wanted to fly, all you gotta do is put the wings on. An American aviation's pilot came up with the design, but unfortunately, the idea never really caught on. There's only one in the world that even exists, and 5 were only produced. Its market price is still at a small fortune though, currently at $1.5 million. They still fly today, and you have to wonder, maybe the government wanted to suppress this type of technology to the average person. Number 5. Terrafugia TFX. Possibly, a modern-day version of a flying car exists somewhere at the Terrafugia headquarters in Woburn, Massachusetts. Here we see the Terrafugia TFX, which actually has the ability to fold its wings and operate as a street-legal vehicle. The estimated purchase price for one of these will go for about $200,000 or so, but it's still difficult to say for sure. During its maiden voyage in 2009, the flight lasted 37 seconds and managed to cover 3,000 feet of land during that time. This took place at the Plattsburgh International Airport. DARPA took a look at this project, and they got a crazy idea of building flying Humvees which are similar. What do you think? Number 4. Dassault Falcon 8X. Designed to be a revolutionary personal aircraft, the French aircraft manufacturer Dassault is bringing fighter aircraft technology to the average person. You can park this right on your own private runway if you want one. The company has over 30 military years of experience, including successful fighter planes like the Rafale and the Neuron. Recently, in 2018, the Falcon was equipped with enhanced flight vision system capabilities, which helps increase visibility while flying. Safety is a high priority for the Dassault Falcon 8X, allowing pilots to see the runway despite clouds or overcast being in the way. Number 3. Sultan of Brunei 747-400. Being the Sultan of your own oil-rich nation might allow for you not to only get women, but also to get a private flying palace. The one we see here is a B747-400, and he might be getting a little bit high on his own oil supply. Brunei is a country found in the Southeast Asian country of Borneo. It costs roughly $400 million, but that's no big deal if you got $20 billion in the bank. Most of the money was spent on lavish interior decorations, including solid gold wash basins and walls. In case you didn't know who the Sultan was, allow us to introduce you. He's the world's second longest reigning monarch and is the head of the state with total executive authority since 1962. He also knows how to fly this thing, we should add, and he holds the honorary title of an admiral at the Royal British Navy. Don't let us get started on his car collection either. Number 2. British Aerospace Jetstream. Built by the military contractor BAE, formerly known as British Aerospace, in 1978 they decided to make improvements to the radar observer trainers, and they ended up with some cool VIP transports in the long run. 4 Jetstream 31s were actually ordered by the British Royal Navy and in 1985 for observing radar. One of the more modern versions of the Jetstream is the 41, which uses turboprop-powered feeder liners and regional airliners. In some cases, it's used as a passenger jet and can fit up to 29 people. A company named Eastern Airways is the biggest operator of Jetstream 41s, with a total of 14 in their fleet. It can reach a maximum speed of 340 miles an hour, or about 546 kilometers per hour. And number 1. But first, let us know what you would buy if you won the lottery, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 1. Roman Abramovich's private jet. The Russian billionaire almost seems like he has his own Air Force and Navy. We mentioned before in our most insane private yachts video, and you better believe this guy has some insane private jets as well. He owns this Boeing 67 that's worth $83 million. This luxury private aircraft even has a missile avoidance system, just in case someone gets a little bit jelly and decides to fire a missile at him. It can sit up to 350 people inside, which is more than enough space for the English soccer team that he owns. The interior doesn't disappoint either, and is fitted with luxury bathrooms, master bedrooms, showers, and gold trimmings. It's really almost like a flying mansion, and he certainly has no shortage of legroom on these things. Whoa, now that was a crazy video. Be sure to check out more of our videos right here on American Eye. We got hundreds of them, so watch them.